Hey there, everyone. Welcome back. It is time for us to get our practice on together, hey? So you'll need a bolster today, and you might want a blanket. If your knees are sensitive, might as well just take a moment now to set up and bring your blanket across your mat. And we'll bring the bolster. So we're starting in child's pose with the knees wide, and you can just bring your bolster right in between the legs so that you can lay your chest down. You can lay your head down. And you can relax your forehead straight down or rest on a cheek, whatever feels more comfortable for you right now. Drawing the breath in through the nose and out through the nose. In through the nose and out through the nose. Feel your body sink a little deeper. Breathe into your lower back. Let the hips sink. If you were rested on one cheek, just switch to look the other way. We're here for just a couple more breath cycles. Full inhale, expand the ribs. Exhale, sink a little deeper. Let's do one more breath in here, nice and big. And let it go. Hands reach forward so you can shift into table pose. Bring your knees in underneath your hips and just reposition your bolster now widthwise across your mat. And let your forearms come down onto the bolster. Your elbows are under your shoulders to start. Your hands just face one another. And start with walking your knees backward. Go nice and easy. Keep your hips stacked over your knees. And maybe you can start to lengthen your arms and just let your head relax. Your head might even come down to the mat. But if that feels like too much, you can keep your elbows on the bolster, and we'll get there again in a moment, but you can really inch your arms further up on the bolster. So one more breath here, wherever you can be. And nice and easy. Next inhale, if you're not already there, you can inch your knees in so you can slide your elbows, slide your triceps onto your bolster. Your hips are still pulling back, your palms come together in prayer. Then we bend the elbows to let the head rest and bring the thumbs to the back of the neck. So now we're opening the shoulders a little bit differently. We've got more support, and we can also pull the hips back to get that space in the armpits. Draw your navel in. Imagine your sit bones reaching toward the wall behind you. Breathe all the way in. All the way out. Draw your navel in. Let your chest sink. We've got just one more cycle of breath here. Just opening our awareness into that gunky stuff that likes to stick behind the heart. See if you can breathe in and out of that space. And nice and easy. Reach your fingers forward to lengthen your arms. Start to shift your weight forward. You'll feel your hands come onto the ground. Once you feel nice and grounded, just walk your hands up and onto your bolster. So you're in a tabletop pose. Knees are under the hips, hands are under the shoulders, and draw your triceps inward to help straighten your arms. Your elbow creases are facing just slightly forward. Your index fingers are facing forward. Move through cat-cow here. Arch the back up as you exhale. Gaze toward your navel, chin in toward the throat. And we inhale to dip the belly. Draw the chest forward, the heart upward. Belly dips down and exhale, round. Draw your navel in. Press through your hands. Your arms stay straight the whole time. Inhale, dip to your cow pose. Don't shrug the shoulders around the ears. Keep shoulders away from ears. One more round here. Exhale into your cat. Inhale into cow. Neutral spine. Tuck your toes. Downward dog. So wrap your triceps inward here. You can always adjust your hands on your bolster, but make sure that your index fingers continuously point forward so you can strengthen your arms and draw your chest toward your shins as your hips pull to the wall behind you. So you can think here, because we're in a shortened downward dog, so really just imagine that all of your weight was in your hips. So continue to draw your navel in and feel the weight of your hips pull back, and notice the lightness it creates in the upper body. That's ultimately what we're going for in down dog, right? Just like when you see your cat or dog stretch their spaces out, you know, they come into their down dog and they're reaching their hips back. So you're really emphasizing the reach in the hips, and that's what helps the arms stay so long and strong. Exhale, lower your knees down. Inhale, come up with the upper body so you're standing on your knees. Hands just come to the hips. Let your shoulders soften. And feel your thumbs just go in toward the midline so you can find your sacral bone. Your fingers can stay wrapped around the outside. Use your thumbs to gently press your hips forward. Keep looking forward, don't drop your head back. Just press your hips forward. So you're using your thumbs, you can maybe even walk them down a bit, but you can use your thumbs to just find that awareness in your pelvis. Let's do one more breath in here in this camel prep. And as you exhale, come into neutral spine. Draw your navel in. Your forearms are coming down onto the bolster. So just take your time. Make fists with your hands and imagine like you're pressing your arms down toward the floor. So you're staying strong with that action of pushing down the whole time. Now, as you push your forearms down, notice your navel start to draw up and in just naturally, and then push down to lift up, dolphin pose. So keep the pressure in the forearms. It's going to feel a little more challenging. If available, you can interlace your fingers, but it might feel easier to just make those fists and feel the pressure down. But we're also connecting to what? The hips moving back in space, the head being able to relax. And we get that beautiful opening in through the chest and through the shoulders. Breathe all the way in as you press the big toes down and lift your hips up. Let your knees bend. Slide your chest a little closer toward your legs. Breathe. One more inhale. And as you exhale, take your time. Lower your knees down. Toes are tucked. Upper body comes all the way up. This time, let's circle the arms around and up. As you breathe out, the right hand comes behind your right leg. Look over your right shoulder and reach the left fingers back as the hips inch forward. Inhale, center both hands. Exhale over to the left. Left hand behind left leg. Look over left shoulder. Reach right fingers back. Back to center. Inhale. Exhale, right hand can come back to the back of the right leg or the heel. Left fingers reach back, hips still push forward. Inhale, center. Left side, exhale, left hand to the heel or the back of the leg. You don't need to do the extra thing. Inhale, center. Untuck your toes.
Exhale, right hand could come back to the heel or the leg. Open up the chest. Hips forward. Inhale, reach up. Hips stay forward. Exhale, left hand comes back, right fingers reach back. Find the strength in order to get the stretch. Inhale, center. Exhale, hands down to heart center as we sit the hips onto the heels. Pause here for a moment, breathing in and breathing out. Beautiful. Let's inhale, lift hips away from heels, circle the arms. And exhale, bring the hands forward and down onto the bolster. Tuck your toes, come back to your downward dog. Now, if you were using a blanket under your knees, just take a moment to set it aside. Keep the bolster though. Bring your big toes to touch. Strong arms. Right foot sweeps up and back. Toes point down, long and strong. Exhale, right foot is stepping just halfway forward. Just touch the mat halfway forward. Then inhale your right foot all the way back up and down beside the left foot. Left side, left foot floats up and back, long and strong. Remember, keep the weight toward your hips as much as you can. Exhale, bring the left foot just halfway forward, step it down on the mat. Excellent, inhale, back up, three-limb dog, left foot to the ceiling. And down beside the right foot. Knees lower down. Child's pose. Your choice, you could just let your head rest down, or you could keep your head on your bolster. Breath in, breath out. Beautiful. Come back up table, hands on bolster, downward dog. Right foot sweeps to ceiling, breath in. Breath out, step right foot halfway forward. Three-limb dog, reach it all the way up. Exhale, step the right foot so the toes touch the bolster. Inhale, three-limb dog. Exhale, right foot down beside the left. Inhale, left foot up. Exhale, left foot steps halfway forward. Inhale, left foot up. Exhale, left foot steps to the bolster, toes touch it. Good. All the way, three-limb dog, left foot to the ceiling. Left foot comes down. Look to your hands, breath in. As you breathe out, step your right foot forward and outside your bolster. Step back, down dog. Left side, look forward, left foot steps outside the bolster. And we come back. Fabulous. Look forward, walk your feet to your bolster. Find your halfway lift, fingertips touch bolster, knees bend as much as you need. Exhale, fold, let your belly rest on your thighs, grab opposite elbows and let your upper body get heavy toward the ground. Press your big toes down and lift your hips up. Feel your elbows get even heavier. And notice your legs get stronger. As your legs get stronger, that is what will open the space in your upper back. So focus on your lower body alignment here and just let your upper body hang over it. Breathe in, breathe out. Release fingers toward bolster, halfway lift, breath in. Stand up, breath out. Circle your arms, breath in. Hands to the heart, breath out. Relax the arms down. Beautiful. Okay, so from here, we'll just step to the other side of the bolster and let's kick it back just to about the first third. Okay, so we're in front of the bolster, but not too far away from it.
Feet are hip distance apart in our Tadasana, mountain pose. So open your chest, connect to your core, and feel yourself balanced here. Let's circle the arms around and up on a breath in. Down to the heart on a breath out. And step your right foot onto your bolster. So just let the toes touch the bolster. Again, we don't need a big step back. We'll get there. Now just 3 times, just bend the front knee and the back knee at the same time. Not a big, huge squat, just 3 times lowering down and up. Perfect. Right foot steps forward and off the bolster. Circle the arms, inhale. Hands down through heart center. Exhale, left foot steps back. Let the toes find the bolster. 3 little squats. 1, 2. Push your bum back. 3. Coming all the way up and stepping forward. Release your hands. Cool. Move your bolster back to about the halfway mark now. You stand up at the top. Of course, you'll monitor this depending on your height and all of that, but just check in with yourself. Inhale, circle the arms. Exhale, hands come down through heart center. Your right foot steps back to reach for the bolster. So your toes touch down, your heel is up. Good. Now your chest is lifting to the ceiling. Reach your fingers up. So we're in almost a crescent pose here, but it's quite a bit shorter. So just be where you can. Twist, right hand forward, left hand back. Beautiful. Left hand to the back of your right leg, right fingers reach back. Keep your back heel lifted. Excellent. Come back to your twist. Come back to center, reaching up. And right foot steps forward as hands come down through heart center. Okay, circle around, inhale. Left toes reach back for the bolster. So you need to work your balance in your right leg to find the place where you can reach back. Find your chest lifted. This can really work the body temperature. Left hand forward, right hand back as we twist. Stay stable through the right foot. Push into the big toe. Right hand can come to the back of the left thigh. Left fingers reach up and back. So this is so good for waking up all the little stabilizers. Keep your back leg active. Back to your twist. Left hand forward, right hand back. Both hands forward and up. Step forward. Hands to heart center. Whew. Circle the arms. Hands to the heart. 2 more times. Breathe in, circle. And to the heart. Breathe in, circle. And to the heart. Fabulous. Step right up to the top of your mat. Full inhale, circle your arms. As you exhale, start to go into toppling tree. So your arms topple forward as your right leg starts to inch back. Now you'll reach through your right toes until you find your bolster. Now keep the weight in the left leg because you're going to put the top of the right foot on the bolster and then come up into your crescent. So big stretch, twist, right hand forward, left hand back. Point the right toes. You can come into your exalted revolved crescent. Yep. And then back, forward. We're just going to reach forward. Fingers come all the way down to the mat. Take the weight, into your left foot, and the right toes shine up to the ceiling in your standing split. Breathing in. As you exhale, inch your left fingers forward. Let your right hip open and stack on your left. Right fingers reach for the ceiling in your Ardha Chandrasana or half moon. Breathe in. As you exhale, right fingers come down. Let the right foot come down below your right hip. Inhale, find your halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, look forward. Stand up, exhale. Beautiful. Let's circle the arms, inhale. To the heart, exhale. 2 more, round it up. Into the heart. Around and up. To the heart. Around and up. Toppling tree with the left foot inching back. So we topple forward, but we keep awareness in those back toes. Let the toes find the bolster, stay strong in the right leg. Now point your left toes so the top of your foot's on the bolster. Fingers reach up, crescent pose, and we twist. Left hand forward, right hand back. Find all the wibbly wobblies, stabilize. Maybe exalt, right hand to the back of the left thigh, left fingers reach back, push into the big toe of the right foot. Yes. Come back to your twist. Both hands forward and down. Take your time. So your fingers are on the mat, your weight is into your right foot, left leg floats up, standing split. Wrap your right thigh inward. Beautiful. Now look a little forward so your right fingers can reach forward. We let the left hip open and stack on right. Left fingers reach up to the ceiling. Half moon. Open through your heart. Stack your shoulders as best as you can. And release, left fingers down, neutral hips, left foot comes to the ground. Halfway lift, breath in. And let's fold on the breath out. So bend your knees, wrap your arms around backs of your legs, hide forearms behind calves, reach fingers down underneath heels, tuck fingers under heels and pull up on your heels as you relax your head. Look at the space between your calves. Pull the shoulders away from the floor. Pull the crown of your head toward the floor as you imagine lifting your heels up. And notice if you get any little adjustments. I do almost every time in this position. I'll get a few releases in my thoracic spine. Notice what helps you. The breath helps all of us. Keep the belly on the thighs. One more breath in and out. And release. Fingertips come to the mat in front. Halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, stand up. Inhale, circle arms. Down to the heart, exhale. 2 more. One more. And to the heart. Fabulous. Okay, here we go. Circle the arms, breath in. Stay long and strong. Toppling tree with the right foot sliding back. Point your right toes, find your bolster. Now keep the right toes pointed. We're bending into our lunge as we slide the right shin down onto the bolster. So we slide back into our low lunge. You can have your knee all the way on the bolster, fingers reach back. Fabulous. Come up neutral spine, and you can tuck the right toes. So if you need to bring your left foot in a bit, do make sure the knee is over the ankle, and twist open to the right. So left hand forward, right hand back. So you're open here. Don't collapse through your left knee though. Keep it straight forward. Right hand can come to the back of the right thigh, or maybe the heel. Left fingers reach back. Left knee stays above left ankle. Inhale, come back up to your twist and come to neutral center. Fingers reach up. On your next breath out, we revolve. So right hand forward, left hand back. And on your next breath in, your left hand can come to the back of your right leg or maybe to your right heel and the right fingers reach back. But keep the left knee working forward. Breathe. And come all the way up, twist. Back up through center. Exhale, fingers come forward and down. Right knee floats up, standing split. Reach the right toes up. Look toward your left leg. Left fingers inch forward as you look forward, open and stack right hip on left. Reach right fingers to ceiling as available, half moon. Remember, we want to find the same length through each side of the body. So both the half facing the bottom and the half facing the top, yeah? Right hand comes down, neutral hips, right foot steps to the ground. Halfway lift, breath in. Stand up, exhale. Circle the arms, inhale. And to the heart, exhale. 2 more like that. Fabulous. All the way around and up. Toppling tree left side. Integrate through the core. Weight is in the right foot. We tilt forward. The left toes inch back. You find the bolster and point your left toes. We bend into right knee as we slide the left leg down onto the bolster. You can adjust to have your knee there. Anjaneyasana, reach the fingers back. So you're in a lower lunge to start. Full breath in. Full breath out. Then we inhale, come up neutral. And this is where you might want to make sure that back knee is on the bolster and you might need to walk your front knee in. So 90-90 lunge. Exhale to the left, right hand forward, left hand back. Shoulders are away from the ears. Left hand to the back of the left thigh or to the heel. Right fingers reach back. Right knee stays above the ankle, so it might feel like you need to pull it forward more. Come all the way up, back to your twist, back to neutral, fingers to ceiling. Exhale, twist other way, left hand forward, right hand back. Exalt, so right hand to the back of left thigh, or maybe the heel. Left fingers reach back. Breathe. Come all the way up. Both hands come forward and down. Left knee floats, standing split as you float the left leg to ceiling. Look at your right shin. Let your upper body drop. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in, start to look forward. Walk your right fingers forward and maybe out a little wider to the right. Left hip stacks on the right as you open your chest to the left. Left fingers can reach to the ceiling. You're stretching out of yourself. Yeah. Full breath in. Full breath out. Take the tension out of the neck. Full breath in. And as you exhale, take your time. Left hand comes down, get neutral through your hips and step your left foot to the ground. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift. Exhale, stand up. Circle the arms. Down to heart center. Pause. Close the eyes. Check in with your breath. Check in with your heart. Notice your thoughts, or perhaps the spaciousness between them. Notice any shift in your body temperature. Breathe in, breathe out. Feel your lungs get a little bit wider now as you breathe in. Feel your heels sink a little deeper as you breathe out. Notice how tall you are here. Circle the arms, blink open the eyes. As you exhale, toppling tree, right foot goes back. So find that spot where you've got the top of your foot on your bolster. We slide the right shin down so we land into a lunge. This time we exhale to reach fingers back nice and long. So try to find that deep low lunge and release. Hands forward and down inside the left foot. You can walk your right leg back. You can move your bolster as much as you like. Keep the left knee above the left ankle, but get a really nice depth happening in the right side. If you can, untuck your right toes. Now we want to pay attention here because your right leg is not going to get lazy. Keep it active. So your toes are pointing. You're not just untucking, you're pointing. Left elbow onto left leg, bring your upper body up. Notice the space you have, open your chest to the ceiling, sink your hips down. Bring your right hand to the back of your right leg. Then bring your left hand forward and up and just look up to the ceiling. And pause, breathe in. Breathe out. If available, you can tuck your right toes now, maybe even bend the right knee. If you got that, your right hand can reach up and grab your right ankle, and your left hand can reach straight forward as you look over your right shoulder in spirit pose. Full inhale. And exhale, slowly release the back toes down. Let both hands come to the mat inside the left foot again. Lift your right knee away from the bolster. Now we're pulling the hips back as we straighten the front leg. Your back heel might lower, but it might not. If it does, you could bring it into a warrior stance if you want to drop the heel. We just want a straight left leg. Left hand walks outside left foot and we come onto our fingertips. Left toes shine to the ceiling. But again, your back heel can be up or you can spin it down. See how it feels. Full breath in. Now, as we breathe out, we're bending into the front knee, letting the foot come down. Left fingers walk forward, open up, half moon. It's a beautiful thing, isn't it? I think so. Right hand comes down, neutral hips, right foot steps to the ground. Gaze forward, breath in. Stand up, breath out. Circle the arms, breath in. Toppling tree, left side. So feel your left toes inch back to find the bolster. Let the left toes slide, the left shin slides down. Find your beautiful low lunge as you sink the hips forward, reach the fingers back. You've got all kinds of space here. Beautiful. Let's bring both hands down to the mat with control inside the right foot. Now your left leg choices. Maybe you walk it back a little more. You can point the back toes. Remember though, we're active. And you can stay right here or right elbow onto right leg. Left hand can just come onto the wrist and work that space of opening your chest. We want to feel like there's a gentle inward rotation with the back thigh. Now, if available, left hand to the back of the left leg. Your chest is facing forward. Right fingers reach forward and up, and you can just gaze upward. If it's available, you could bend your left knee, in which case your left hand can walk up to find your ankle. And your right hand can reach forward
And you look over the left shoulder in spirit pose. Breathe in, breathe out. Gently release the back leg to bring both hands forward and down inside the right foot. Hands are on the mat. We tuck the left toes, float the knee. Lift the hips so you can slide the hips back, lengthening the front leg. Remember, your back heel can stay up if that's better, or you can spin the heel down and the left toes point out. Hang out here. And we'll walk our right fingers over to the right side of the foot, and we're on our fingertips on right and left side. Then we shine the right toes to the ceiling. Nice big stretch here. You feel your hips pull back. Breathe in. As you breathe out, let's bend in toward the right knee. Inch your right fingers forward and unfurl to your half moon. Fabulous. Let's exhale. Left hand down, neutral hips. Left foot comes to the ground. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Let your knees bend so your belly's on your thighs. Bring your hands behind your back to interlace the fingers. Cross one thumb over the other so your hands are nice and tightly together here. Elbows draw toward each other, so this is going to help lift shoulders away from the ground. Knuckles reach to the ceiling as we extend through the arms. Let the crown of your head just get heavy as you look at the space between your legs, between the knees, between the shins. Reach your knuckles up, push your big toes down. Breathe. And exhale, let your hands come to the hips. Release then the fingertips down to the mat. Halfway lift, breath in. And as we breathe out, stand up. Circle the arms. Hands to the heart. Walk back so you're just in front of your bolster. Feet as wide as your yoga mat. Toes can be slightly out. Push your hips back and down and come into Malasana, maybe sitting on your bolster. If your hips won't quite come down, then hover where you need to. Open your heart. Breathe in, breathe out. Imagine like you're leaning into a wall. Another breath in. And out. And let's release. Let the hands relax. You could bring your hands behind you and scoot your bum over to the other side of the bolster so that you can put the bolster now behind your legs. So it's going to go anywhere from behind your knees to all the way up to behind your thighs, depending on what you need here to sit tall. So your sit bones need to face directly downward to make it easy to sit tall. If your sit bones are not facing directly downward, it's going to be really challenging for you to sit tall, and it's going to feel exhausting being in this pose. So bend your knees. Okay, this is why we do this. Lift the chest, your hands are on your legs. As you exhale, make sure your toes are facing straight up and walk your hands down your legs. So you can grip around your legs so that you feel the tension of your chest pulling forward and your hips pulling backward at the same time. So that sensation is what helps keep our pelvis neutral. Now you go to your edge, you might be able to reach for your feet because, well, your knees are bent, right? And you're in proper alignment. So now grab onto your heels, toes still facing ceiling. Draw your chest forward with just a little bit of strength. And just nice and easy. Exhale, look down to your legs and let your head rest. Breathe in, breathe out. We did so much work.
Nice and easy. We'll release from here so we can walk the hands up the legs. Upper body comes up. Inch your heels in. And just bring them to the other side of the bolster here. We're coming onto our belly. So you're just going to sweep your feet to one side so that we can have the bolster basically across the abdomen. So come all the way down onto your belly and let the bolster rest across the front of your hips. So we're not up high and onto the belly button, we're below that. So our hip bones are on the bolster. Your toes are untucked, and mindfully just let yourself rest all the way down. And breathe in and out of your belly. And of course, if this is really uncomfortable, you can skip this part. Otherwise, be where you can with your breath. Can you breathe into your lower back? And let it go. Breathe into the middle back. And let it go. Breathe into the upper back. And let it go. Breathe into your entire back. And let it go. From here, plant your palms down onto the mat. Gently press up through your upper body to come into child's pose. Arms can rest on the bolster. The forehead could as well, or let your head drop down. Beautiful. Let's come all the way back up. So with your bolster, just shift it forward again. Come to seated on your outer right hip and scooch to the outer side of your mat so that you've got space, because we're going to roll around a little bit. Bringing the outer right rib cage onto the bolster. Your right arm is extended over your head. Your left arm is also going to extend overhead, but you don't need to have it straight out. You can bend both arms if you like and kind of cup your head. This can feel really nice for facilitating smooth movement here. And adjust. We're going to go back and forth a bunch of times, so be where you need to be. So let's spin the left knee to face the ceiling. Then start to open your chest to the ceiling. Let the right knee start to face up and you're on your back. And you've got this beautiful support, arching your chest. Left knee starts to drop. And just move nice and easy. When we start to turn over onto the left side, and the right knee leads the way and just hangs out on top at the end. Then we go back. Right knee faces the ceiling, and the right leg just carries the upper body over as we start to look to ceiling. Then left knee faces up, and we start to drop to the right side and roll over there. So you work it for you and go back and forth 2 more times. Just working out all that gunky stuff that likes to try to stay stuck around the ribs and around the lungs. Just work it out.
Fabulous. Let's roll all the way to the left just one more time. And back to center where we will stay. Now you might like to scoop your hands underneath your skull and give yourself a bit of height if this does feel like too much. Otherwise, your head can be down and your arms can just be relaxed. Focus on breathing into your upper back. Your knees are still bent, feet are on the mat. And if you'd like to, let the knees open wide, soles of feet toward each other. Breath is in and out of the nose. Notice how much space you have to breathe into here. And see if you can relax through the muscles on your face. Close the legs together if you opened them wide. Adjust your feet to about hip distance apart. And slowly slide the hips forward and up. Press into your feet into bridge pose. Now mindfully use your arms to wiggle your bolster down. You're still in bridge. And get your bolster aligned under your hips. Adjust your shoulder blades underneath you in your bridge pose. Then let your hips come down onto the bolster. Let your arms just relax and hang out here. Feet as wide as your yoga mat. Let your knees gently fall to the right. Come back to center. And let your knees fall to the left. Center. Knees to the right, optional to look to the left. Center. Knees to the left, optional, look right. And just go back and forth a few more times. And if it doesn't feel good for you to have the head moving side to side, then skip that part. But if it does feel good, notice how natural it is for the head to look the opposite direction of the knees. Back and forth. Let's come all the way back to center. Pause here, press into your feet, lift your hips, slide your bolster out from underneath you. Let your hips come down. Your arms are relaxed. Your left knee lowers down toward the mat as if you're trying to bring it to your right ankle. You don't have to touch there or anything, just think of the action. Left knee faces ceiling. Right knee lowers down toward left ankle. Keep your shoulders flat. Back to center. Left knee comes down and in. Center. Right knee down to the mat. Again, doesn't need to touch, just find that sweet spot of stretch.
One more each way. Left knee. And right knee. We'll come back to center. Shoulder blades are flat underneath you. Hips inch away from armpits. Just bring the knees gently toward the chest so your hands can come onto your kneecaps. So knees are more stacked over the hips. Big toes touch and start to draw circles with your knees in one direction. Just keep going. Breath is nice and easy, in and out of the nose. And reverse, go the other way. Notice any little adjustments that need to sort themselves out, just let it happen. Beautiful. Let's come all the way to stillness. Let the soles of the feet come down and lengthen out, one leg at a time, coming into Shavasana as you tuck through shoulder blades, maybe even draw your head away from the shoulders a bit. Make sure your neck is nice and long. Arms are long. Inch your wrists away from your armpits and your heels away from your hips. And close down through the eyes. Breathe deeply in through the nose. And completely out through the nose. And practice your equal parts breath. So practice inhaling for the count of 8 and exhaling for the count of 8. Go at your own pace, but continuously work on your equal parts breath. Notice the rise and the fall of your belly. Notice the process of expansion as you inhale. Notice that process of letting go and contracting as you exhale. Can you squeeze out every last little bit of breath so that when you inhale, you're welcoming as much fresh prana as possible? Feel the back of your body heavy and toward the ground. And feel the lightness of the front of your body as you feel it lifting up to the sky. Feel the sensation of your skin softening. Feel your muscles relax. Notice that sensation of floating in space. Each inhale allows you to feel a little lighter. Each exhale allows you to sink a little deeper. And on your next breath in, take your time. Invite a lovely long stretch into your body. Maybe enjoy a yawn or two. And release. Gently drag the heels along the mat and the knees pull into the chest for a lovely hug. Maybe rock side to side. Eventually, let's roll over to the left and press up into a seat that feels comfortable for you. Crossing through the legs. Let's bring palms to heart center, closing the eyes for a moment. Notice how you feel. And let's draw a complete breath in of loving gratitude into ourselves. And a full breath out of loving gratitude for everyone else. And thank you for our practice today. Namaste. And I sure hope you feel wonderful and moved in some way. But of course, let me know how it went for you. And yeah, I hope you feel superb and enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you all again. See you soon. Much love.